The new Revenge of the Cartels event in Borderlands 3 is great. There are many layers, some secret puzzles, and a ton of tricks that you want to do to get the new weapons and items as soon as possible. In this video, I will tell you how to get the most out of this event, so a like on the video would be awesome, and let's go. And you likely already farmed some coordinates, right? To get to the villa from Joey Ultraviolet. First, get the mission from Maurice on Sanctuary, and then just go to a random planet or region to grab these items, then bring them back to Maurice, and he will open a portal to this new map. But did you already try and farm these coordinates in the Scrap Trap boss arena? Because then you will get them in no time, and this is actually a great farm for the underbosses from this event as well. And I will have a nice tactic in the main game too in a second, but really this farm is insane. Because every enemy you kill has a chance to call in these operatives, and there will be a ton of these scrap traps attacking you. So a lot of chance that there will be like event enemies spawning in. It gets even better though, because they will also fight each other, because they are from a different faction. So the cartel loader bots are fighting the scrap traps, so you have less things to worry about. And even the boss will also go and fight these loader bots that appeared, so you can easily kill them all. It will get chaotic though, and there are some mayhem modifiers that you don't want to have active in this area. Like if you play with the very hard modifiers, then you want to make sure that you do not have the rogue light or the body system active, because those are only more painful when there are a ton of enemies around. You do want the loot explosion though, that easy modifier. So then the enemies have a higher chance to drop legendaries, especially when you focus on crits, like with Flak. And then also having the holy crit modifier on Mayhem 10 will make things a little easier. And then really, by the time you kill the Scrap Trap boss, there will be a ton of legendaries on the ground. But you can of course always reset this farm by standing outside of the arena, like near the container, and then by going back inside. Although actually, if you just do not kill the boss, then the enemies will just keep coming. So you can also just continue that way. And there's also another unlimited legendary farm inside the new map that I will show you in a second. But first, let's talk about a nice farm to get those coordinates fast, and that is in the Wayward Tether Proving Grounds, and by really just sticking in round 1. Because there will be a ton of little jabbers that can all call for backup. Just overall, areas with a lot of smaller enemies are great for this event, because they can all summon these cartel enemies. And you, by the way, see us use an amazing combination with the new Grease Trap Molly 1 pistol that is very awesome, and basically a gun that works better in co-op. It namely has 2 fire options that complement each other. So the secondary fire option transforms the weapon into a sprinkler, and the enemies that are hit by that will take more damage from the primary fire option that shoots these incendiary projectiles. So if one player is spraying these enemies and the other one is using the regular bullets, then you have these instant fire explosions. And then combine that with the insane anoint that Dennis found on the gun that gives you 75% more damage on badass named and boss enemies when an action skill is active, and you will melt everyone on Mayhem 10. It's very, very awesome. And I will, by the way, give this Mayhem 10 version away in this video. All you need to do is be a subscriber of the channel and leave your PlayStation Network ID in a comment under the pinned comment for a chance to win. And I will announce the winner in a future Borderlands 3 video. And I will talk more about the other weapons that you can get during this event in a second, just like that amazing unlimited farm tactic. Let's now quickly touch on the challenges that are needed for the new cosmetics. Like we got a pretty cool new jabber with sunglasses hat after 14 challenges, or a nice arcade neon echo device skin, a weapon trinket, and a room decoration that you will likely never use. I at least do not use them. And some challenges are pretty easy, like killing the underbosses or hitting the iridium dust piles is also needed. There are a ton of those in the mansion, but you need 500, which is quite a lot. You have to kill the special fish boss with a melee 3 times, and this can be pretty hard on a high mayhem mode. We did it here on Mayhem 10, but doing it on a lower mode will of course be way easier. And also the Slayer easy modifier will also be nice if you're having trouble, because then you can already melee kill enemies below the 15% health armor, or shield. There are 2 puzzles in the mansion that you need to complete for the challenges, or actually 1 actual puzzle, and the other one has to just find some stuff. So for the puzzle, from the main entrance, we want to go upstairs and then to the left by the painting and then take a right turn. And then you have to take out all the enemies in this room that keep spawning. And after that, a door opens with a huge desk and a ton of iridium dust on it. So grab it, I would say. And then you want to complete this puzzle, and for that you need to have a code. And you get that by looking at a special bookshelf in this room, and then I'm talking about the one on your right from where you enter this area. So there we see a triangle on the left, a square in the middle, and a circle on the right. And from those artifacts, you want to count the number of spaces until you reach the object. So in my case here, I have 1 space in between the triangle and the object, so it's the 2nd row, while for both the cube and the circle, it's the 3rd row, because there are 2 spaces between the artifact and the object. So it's 2 and 3, 3. But it's always different. So in this other example, it's 3 for the triangle because it's on the 3rd row from the artifact, and then number 2 for the cube, but also number 3 for the circle. So then we want to go to the keyboard on the desk, and then you see these 4 screens display one of the artifacts. In this instance, it's a circle, cube, a triangle, and a circle. So then we want to go to the bookshelf with the numbers on it and press the right books. First, it's circle, and that was 3. So then we want to press the upper book on the right side, because the circle artifact was on the right as well. Then we had the cube, that was 2, so the middle one, that's number 5. And then we had to do the triangle, and that was also 3, so number 1. And then we had to do the circle again, so do 3 again. And then bam, you open this room, get the challenge, and maybe a legendary that is sadly useless because the items out of the chest do not scale to a mayhem level. There are also 3 golden toilets that you need from the main entrance. The first one is close by going up the stairs as well. And then to the right, just follow until you get over here on the map. And then you want to use the toilet to activate it. And you want to get all of those toilets in 1 playthrough of the map. So another one is from the main entrance down to the left. Just make your way through the sort of kitchen. Then go down to the supply room. And it's over here on the map. And then we also want to use this one. And the other toilet is more off the beaten path. So from the main entrance, you want to go to the right. And actually outside, make your way to the mansion inside a mansion. That's actually what it's called. And then take this elevator. And normally there will be some enemies here that you need to kill first. But after that, you can go to this bedroom. And then there will be a toilet nearby as well. And that one is over here on the map, as you see. And then bam, you got the challenge completed and can go and finish the map. And actually in the boss arena, there's that nice farm that you can do over and over again without having to redo the map. You namely just have to kill the underbosses that help Joey in the boss fight. And after you kill them, you can either die or fast travel to the fast travel point at the start of the map. And then you can redo the boss again. And then the underbosses have respawned. And shout out to Tick Villa for noting this farm tactic on his channel, and I will leave a link to the video in the video description. The only downside is that Joey will always have the same underbosses with him during the fight. And you see right here that not every weapon drops from every underboss. So if you are searching for one specific legendary, then you have to rerun the map until that underboss spawns with Joey, so that you can farm it over and over again. And I will leave a link to this amazing sheet in the video description, so you can check it out for yourself as well. A new shotgun you can get is called the Iceburger, that functions similar to the laser exploder from the main game, as it fires a continuous beam at the enemies, and sometimes has these hamburgers appear as well. But still though, the damage is not that great, even against enemies that are weak against incendiary damage. There's also the Firewall Shield. It's a pretty fun one, namely when you crouch, you have this shield appear, and projectiles that hit the shield have a chance to return to the enemies. So that is pretty cool. We also have the Watson Shield that spawns an elemental grenade based on the elemental damage that hits you. And there will be multiple grenades when you are hit by multiple elements. Only the damage is not that great, and it's also hard to aim these grenades at the enemies to hit them. There's also a new grenade called a Fish Slap that deals melee damage when you hit an enemy, so it also triggers like melee effects, like the melee artifact, Cut Purse that gives you like ammo back. So, pretty great. And it also restores your shield for 30% of the damage that you deal to enemy shields. Only the damage from this grenade is not that great, because grenade damage and melee damage does not scale with a Mayhem level. There's also a new no pew pew COV assault rifle that spawns a pool of fire when you kill an enemy. But really, after the two new DLC 2 COV assault rifles, it's pretty hard to recommend this one. The needle gun SMG is awesome though, because it applies this stacking debuff to enemies, so then they are more vulnerable to damage. And also cool is that once an enemy reaches the maximum amount of stacks, hitting it again will refill your magazine. There is a cooldown on this effect, but it's very short, so you could really keep firing without having to reload. And then we of course also have the two best new weapons from this event, the OPQ system that deals just an insane amount of basic damage and can summon this flying copy of the gun that also helps you out, and the yellow cake that really threats every enemy if you find the right distance between you and the target. And I actually also touched on those weapons in my previous update video that you want to check by clicking on the screen. A like on this video would be super appreciated, and subscribe if you are new for way more Borderlands 3 content. And now it's time for Guess the Weapon that Dennis and I always like to do at the end of a Borderlands 3 video. Dennis, I think I can guess it already, but what is your favorite weapon? Oh,
yeah, I mean,
Cartel.
it's kind of hard to miss this big chunk of damage, but the yellow cakes, or the cheesecake, as we've been calling it, it just does insane amounts of damage, and I really like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how, yeah, it's kind of skilled, but yeah, if you know how it works, you can do a ton of damage. Okay, now we're looking at pistols. I'm 2-1, and I'm gonna guess the weapon, and then you're gonna guess a weapon that is in my room.
Yes.
Oh, damn it. I need a better scope.
You can come a little bit closer. Like, I think you can stand like all the way up
It's
here.
pretty dark in your room. Are you cheating?
It's called ambience. It's very...
I think it's lucky number 7.
You are correct.
Yes.
That's the right one.
Okay, nice. In that case, 3-1. But can you make sure it gets to 3-2? Okay,
I try.
My room is a little lighter. Make it easier for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
a while back.
definitely... That's a DDR pistol. Is that the Scorpio XL?
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
They added it later, of course, to the game, but we haven't really gotten it, like, since the level cap increase, we haven't...
Yeah.
I think it's still
To
like
be-
53 or something.
To be honest, I kind of almost forgot that gun was in the game, and then I saw it, was like, this looks familiar.
It's pretty
There
cool.
You go. Yeah, it is cool.
I can imagine though, on Mayhem 10, this turret is even worse than it already was. Subscribe for everything Borderlands 3, of course, if you haven't already. Like the video to support the channel. And don't check out our previous video on the big update that included this new event and way more. For now though, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.